So my first question, sir, like how your filmmaking journey started, like why you thought about becoming a filmmaker.
Ah, beginning a filmmaker. The journey. See, I think it started in my childhood somehow. I think the first film I watched in I think 1990. That was the day. So I was at that time 10-year-old, and I first time I get inside the theater. It was a big dark hall, so there was a little frightening. And then the screen lit up, and the iconic Nasruddin Shah voice comes with eco effect. Paap se dharti phati, adharm se asman. So then the whole film was like a kind of magical world to me. It was like songs, music, blast, explosion, fight, a lot of things. So I really somehow stuck with that experience. Subconsciously, I was moved by that experience, and for many years, I did. Like every Friday, I wait for the new release, and I wanted to have that experience again and again. So and as I grow up, I go into the college, and then the choice of career comes up. It happened that now what? So I was not really very keen on pursuing this academic thing, and I also don't think myself as a very brilliant student. So I thought I must try to do something that makes me engage or passionately involved with throughout my work. And I thought about a lot of things, but finally I decided that filmmaking is something I really want to pursue. Even at that time, I had no idea how films are made and who did what. But somewhere I read that like director is the captain of the ship. So that stuck with me, and in my casual way, I always try to say my friend that I want to be a film director. So, but even at that time, I don't think it was really very confident decision. I moved to Delhi to pursue an MBA. But in Delhi, I get in touch with an organization called Sarai. They have a very amazing screening of world cinema, and then through different embassies also, I watched some of finest film from all over the world, like German embassy, Iranian embassy, and Russian embassy. So there, watching all those films felt me or gave me some sort of confidence that this is something I really want to do. Because before that, I thought, okay, cinema is some sort of entertainment. But after watching those films, I got new meaning around it. So then I told my family that I want to pursue filmmaking. And during that time, there was a course in Delhi University, theater direction. I took admission in that course that was conducted by National School of Drama. So there I learned the basics of how to create or how to pull text on a stage, lighting, the set designing, and costume and blocking, actor performance, everything I learned there. I directed few plays, but again my heart was longing for cinema. Then I came to Mumbai. I worked here as an assistant director for around 4 to 5 years in different projects. I started my career with a film called Hawaii Dada. It was a very brilliant, beautiful written film, but sadly it is not available anywhere. It was directed by Ajay Karthik and the central protagonist played by Anupam Kher. So then, after 2009 or 10, I worked as a corporate editor for few years. And in 2012, I directed a feature film that was Achal Rahe Suhag in Bhojpuri. That film was somehow sort of adaptation from, there is a mythological story of Savitri Satyavan. So I adapted that story into a contemporary world. But sadly, again, that film didn't work, and few people like it, but commercially, it was not somewhere. So back to editing, I spent again 4 5 years as an editor. I did whatever capacity, corporate films, short films, even event videos. And then this idea of Swaha came to me, and I started writing around it in 2017. In 2019, I decided that okay, this is the time I should make it. And yeah, then after it takes around like because of COVID, it was stuck for 2 years, and finally in 2024 May I able to complete it.
Brilliant. So, sir, about Swaha, like your film, like the first question pops, like why black and white?
Okay, so again, while writing, I was not very sure about black and white because some of the things I imagine, especially those fire thing, I always imagine with colors. But during the Reiki, uh, along with my cinematographer Devendra, we see that there was a certain mood coming out in black and white, and which was very close to our subject, the mood of our story. And then we thought, okay, let's do it in black and white. But still, at that time, we shot the film in color. And during edit, I did it on black and white. I don't know. I mean, in color, it was very difficult for me to work on it. After editing, again on grading, and the colorist Xavier, he wanted to try in color first, and he did it. He did a brilliant job. But even then, all of us, like me and cinematographer and the colorist, we were all on same page that in black and white it's working more, well, a better way. So then again, he did the whole film in black and white, and I'm really happy with the final result. I think it's working. The kind of emotions I want to portray, it's working in that favor. And also, that is something close to me, that today, we are living in a world which is bombarded by colors. Colors are very informative things. So if you provide more information, then I think there is a less scope for emotions. So also I wanted to take out all the information and minimum information to engage my audience. So that was end of the film. It was a sort of conscious decision to keep it in black and white.
So, sir, what was the like writing process? How much time it took to like complete the writing from the idea to completing the script?
I think it took around 2.5 years. The idea was it all begins after watching a short animation film. It's called Animator versus Animation. It's by Alan Baker. It's a short animated film, and I really liked it. And from there, I begin to thinking about what happened, and who is more powerful, the creator or creation. You know? So I placed this conflict into a underprivileged society to address if I think mother as a origin of humanity. So what happened if that humanity has a conflict with her child? So in that way, I began writing, and as it progressed, the idea of creator and then protector and then destroyer came. It's like Hindu mythological Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. So I built two more character and provided a sort of cycle of suffering and how their path cross each other, and ultimately it gives some sort of deep connection between them and reveals a kind of what I wanted to show, some meaning to the story. So yeah, that was the process, and it took a longer than what I expected, but finally I think in my view it's working well. I placed two world in the story, like one is a village world and one is a city world. So parallelly, a father and mother is struggling in both the world for for their child, and how even after their best effort, the child is suffering. So yeah, I incorporated all these ideas while writing through the character, through my experience, and then finally in 2019, it completed the story, the screenplay. Yeah.
Sir, how was the like casting process for the main characters and working with the child as well?
For main character, I mean, through my friends or through my working as a assistant director, I know a lot of them. So all the main characters were casted through my uh, familiarity of their work, and there was another actress for the mother character, but on shoot she has some kind of problem. It's related to her health, and she was not able to work on this project. So then, through Satya, I get in touch with Sonali, and she came, and then she performed really well. And for Chandrasekhar, I knew him from my days at Karol Bagh Films. So he also came, and then the Bullu, there is the character who has played the antagonist. I knew him from Patna Theatre. So yeah, mostly it was like that. So it's not like you know because as an independent filmmaker, you don't have that much resources to conduct 1 month or 2 months of auditioning. So most of the characters I casted in that way, and also apart from the main three characters, each one belongs to the Patna theatre. Most of the characters, and they did a fantastic job, I think. Working with child was, in a way, little bit challenging because they have their own language. They will not understand your technicalities or the seriousness of filmmaking. So more than working, I would say I tried to play with them, and while playing, I shot the film. And there is another child, that the baby. For it, I have taken, I think, minimum stress because the situation was not really favorable. So most of the child shots are single take. There are no second take for the child shot because in throughout the film you see the child is crying, so it's really painful to and the the weather and the situation was not really very supporting, so we have taken care of that in that way that we took only one take for child shots, and yeah, in that way I work with my actors.
Okay. So, sir, how hard it is to get funding like for an independent film in India? Like it's a black and white film and it's independent. So how hard it is for you?
So throughout the film I managed my fund with my family and friends, so it's not like a regular producer has funded it. And I think it's really hard. It's really hard. There are people who are able to do it, and I have my respect for them. But the scenario of independent filmmaking in India is not good, and I think the government is doing something. Somewhere I see the incentive, the subsidy, and the people are making film with it. So it's good. There is a hope. Also, I think last year Bihar government has announced a new film policy, and they are supporting filmmakers who want to shoot a film in Bihar and in language of Bihar. They are giving a good subsidy around it. So I am also looking forward to it, and maybe next month I will go to Bihar with this film, and I will try to get some fund for the distribution. If it happened, then I could possibly distribute my film in a better way. So yeah, I'm hopeful about it, but yeah, the situation is not really great.
So, sir, other than the funding part, like what was the most challenging part while making this film?
Other than the funding part, the most challenging part was, I think, for me, editing. Editing was the most challenging part because uh, when I have written the screenplay, the entire film was in around 80 to 85 shots. So yeah, so that's how we planned. But while shooting, we realized that it's not going to be, it's not possible in this budget, in this situation. It's not possible, and we shot it whatever possible scenario and resources we had in that way. But on edit, it was not working. It was not working on edit, and I think after working 6 months, I realized that there is something is not working, and I changed the entire edit. I made it in a non-linear way, and then whatever I felt that it's making an impact now. So it took around 1 year, and more than 1 year as an independent filmmaker, you don't know the future of this film, and you are living in Mumbai. You are having every month you have to pay your expenses. So dealing with all these things and continuously working on edit, even sometimes your mind gets stuck that I'm not able to find a solution, what to do. So that was the biggest challenging for me, and at the same time, I would say I have a biggest satisfaction for me that I recreated the film on edit. Yeah.
So, sir, is it going to be shown anywhere else right now? Like, it's going to be premiere.
Yeah, it's running around the festivals. So next festival is Asian Guwahati, and then there is a one in Manipur, Ikhigoi, and after that the film will have its screening at Pune Film Festival, and then there is another festival that is Jagran. So in Mumbai edition, the film will be there, and also there are two festivals in North American region, but they have asked me not to disclose it before their press conference. So in around 5th of February they will have their press conference. So right now these 4 or 5 festivals I am looking forward to.
So, sir, also, like, how big was the crew and how much time, like, it took to complete the film? If you can tell me, like, individually from writing, pre-production, shooting, post-production.
In writing, I was mostly alone, so it was not like any associate apart from Shilpi. She is also my wife. So whenever I get stuck, I talk to her, and we had a long conversation, and then something comes out of that conversation. So I think in writing, she has helped me a lot. And then on shoot, our crew was not a big crew. We were from Mumbai. We were like 10 to 12 people have gone to the location that is in Gaya, Bihar, and their local people were very helpful in art and in production. So on shoot we would have what around 25 to 28 people every day, and then in post production also one of my assistant was regular. Arpit was there. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, of course, the sound department is managed by the designer Mohandas, and then as an editor, Suresh Pai sir was there. So yeah, that's how we managed it. It's not a post production. It was not like there is a long list of crew or something like that. Music is done by Manu Devarshi, and VFX was done by Bala. So like in every department there is a one individual. So we can say even in post production, what 9 or 10 people, including mixing engineer Savik, and then assistant editor Kaushik. Yeah, I think 8 or 9 people were there.
So, sir, it has traveled like various film festivals. So, what has been the audience reaction towards the film?
Uh, yeah, I mean the first screening happened at Shanghai. World premiere was there, and that was a memorable experience, for me, because once the film finishes, the people are how they're rooting and cheering for the crew, and then after Q&A, I think 30 to 35 people were surrounding me, and they were asking questions, and they were so overwhelmed by the emotions. So that is one of the best experience I like to remember in my life. And then after it has a screening in Italy. So there also, the audience were very emotionally engaged, and their reaction was very calm, and it was more like they have gone through a process of catharsis, something like that. And yeah, in fact, after that, Kerala, I felt there's such a lovely audience in Kerala. And in recently, I was at Sambhaji Nagar Ajanta Ellora International Film Festival. So, I mean, most of the time, I have encountered four or five people that they become so emotional that they begin to cry. So at that time, I don't know. I mean, how to react. I don't want them to cry, but at the same time, I feel happy that film has affected them in that way. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the way film. The audience has received it at various festivals. So it's a good experience for me.
So, sir, are there any like your favorite films and filmmakers that have influenced you a lot? Like, you can give me a list of recommendations.
List of recommendation. You see, I always say that as a filmmaker, one has to find his own attachment. That is the best way. And for list, I think we all are living in the age of internet. So the list is always there. I mean, for me, in the beginning, I was influenced by Fritz Lang, a German filmmaker, and then Federico Fellini, Ritik Ghatak, Kubrick, Christoph Kilowski. Yeah, so the list is endless. I don't know, Martin Scorsese, and so yeah, and Dino Risi from Italy, and this Yusuf Kahin. So there are so many filmmakers. So I think it's a endless. One has to find his own attachment. I never, like when I was in Delhi, I used to go to Sahitya Kala Akademi Library. So there I remember those books that I have never heard from anyone, and I just took it and read it. Those become, very close to my heart. And when you get some sort of recommendation and you watch the film with that reference, you feel like, okay, this film becomes, like a chapter of, academic chapter or kind of course you have completed. But if you have randomly go and watch films without any uh, prior knowledge about it, or any academic, you have read somewhere, no, just go and watch it by any classical filmmaker, even Billy Wilder, or this filmmaker, what his name, who has made Seconds and Julia. So just go and watch their film, and that experience you will hold in your heart. It becomes so personal to you, and that's how I think a film should affect, and how a filmmaker or any young filmmaker should watch film. So just pick the kind, watch the film trailer from any classical or any, like in nowadays, there is a Turkish filmmaker, Nuri Bilge Ceylan. He is amazing, and also among Indian filmmakers, I would say in contemporary, I think Aditya Vikram Sengupta. He has made some of brilliant films. Faraz Ali Shoebox. That is, I really liked the film. Pratik Vats, Eva Levu. So yeah, I mean the list is endless. We can talk, continuously about those films. But yeah, again, I would say that for every filmmaker, he should decide a film by himself rather than a recommendation by others. Yeah.
So, sir, my last question is like there are a lot of aspiring filmmakers in India. So, what advice would you give to them?
See, A lot of aspiring filmmakers. Uh, See, I can say from my experience that the biggest problem a filmmaker face is that fear, how to counter it. What happened if I couldn't make a good film? What happened if I uh, destroy someone image or someone money? So that is the biggest thing, and my suggestion is first you have to address this fear. Do not worry about what happened and how happened. Just go for it and uh, try to make your action your biggest strength. The more you will think, the more you will sit on a chair, the fear is going to dominate you. So go and make your film. Just believe in action. And filmmaking is a performing art. It's not academic art. And performing art means it's connected with performance. So go and complete your film, shoot it, edit it, and do the sound thing. And this is the only way you will learn. There is no other way. Watching film is good, but you are not going to learn filmmaking by watching film or reading books. So the practical thing is to go and make your own film. And if for independent filmmaking, I would say be ready for the challenges, because in limited resource you will face creative challenges, financial challenges, some sort of management challenges. So you have to be ready. If you go with your plan that okay, this is my pre-production and I will go according to it, it's very difficult. So be ready for the improvisation according to the resources or according to the situation. So once you have you have a flexible approach around it, I think for independent filmmaking it really works.